Hello, and welcome back, Hermanas and Sistahs. Come on in and let's get started on our domestic violence series, second episode, Faces of Intimidation in Domestic Violence. Before we get into the topic, I do want to apologize because I'm a little behind in dropping the podcasts. I did fall ill during the holidays, and I'm good now, so I'm back. And I'm ready to continue what we started here. So the second episode, again, is intimidation and what it looks like. For many of us, we've already been through intimidation in our relationships, but we don't really understand or know what it even looks like. So we overlook it. And there is a hidden power of intimidation when the abusers do it. And like I said before, oftentimes it's overlooked. So it's not always about the physical harm, the physical injuries that we get, the black eyes, the broken arms, the bruising. It can be intimidation. And it's about fear, instilling fear and using it to take your power and to control you. It can be really subtle. It can be silent, but it can be very devastating. So by the end of this episode, what I would like you to take with you is understand the different forms of intimidation and how to recognize them. My hope is that, especially if you are starting or getting to know someone, going into a new relationship, you can start recognizing these red flags and make your choice on whether you want to stay or you want to stop furthering this relationship. Again, we all have choices. All I'm doing is educating you on it, and the rest is your choice to make. So, verbal intimidation is going to be the first form of intimidation we talk about. And it's more than yelling, it's more than screaming. It's when you're being threatened, when you're being humiliated, and when your partner is using an aggressive tone. So it could be something along the lines where he may say, if you leave me, you'll regret it. Or it could be he is constantly calling you names. You're lazy. You're no good. You're worthless. You're nothing without me. You're crazy. How many times have we heard that? But yet we overlook what the true meaning and intention is. And I would have to say that the verbal intimidation is many times what starts to set the stage for the other forms of abuse to take place. It starts this way because, for one, it kills your confidence and your self-esteem, your self-worth. It creates fear within you. And it doesn't leave a visible scar. It's not like physical harm where you can end up with bruises, you can end up with broken limbs, with a black eye. It doesn't leave any traces because the traces are inside of you. So if you find yourself walking on eggshells to avoid your partner from having an outburst, that in itself is a red flag. The second form of intimidation I want to talk about is the psychological and emotional aspect. This is manipulation and gaslighting. And one of the prime examples is the abuser will make you doubt what your reality really is or give you the silent treatment. This alone is going to create anxiety and fear. The fear of being abandoned. And if we come with other traumatic experiences from our childhood or throughout our lifetime where we've been abandoned, we're afraid of feeling that loneliness again. We're afraid of not having somebody there next to us. And a lot of times our abusers know this. So they take advantage of it. Some of you abusers can even threaten to self-harm themselves to keep you in control. So what does this impact have on the victims? Often the victim feels trapped, and often the victim will question their own judgment. Am I going crazy? Is this real? Is this not? We start minimizing what's being done to us, justifying. We start feeling, well, he really loves me because he can't live without me, right? So ask yourself, if you're constantly made to feel guilty or confused about what's your reality. If the answer is yes, that's a sign of emotional intimidation, and that's a red flag. Physical intimidation is what we mostly hear about. It doesn't always mean hitting. I think this is the part where we get it really confused. It doesn't mean just hitting or punching the victim. It's about using presence, gestures to create that fear within you. Standing too close to you while you're arguing, clenching their fists, blocking your exit so you can't escape, destroying property, punching holes in the wall, slashing your tires. So many different ways that the physical intimidation can look. Or it can also be if he's brandishing a gun, right? Or a knife. What these actions do is send a clear message on have your power and control. I own it and I own you. And this is often what will lead next to the physical violence. Financial intimidation, money equals control. Whether he's the only one working, you're both working, you're the only one working, but you will not have access to any of the financial information. What you will have access to is going to be an allowance. I have known victims where they work just like their partners do, the abusers. However, when they get their checks, the checks go to the abuser. They don't keep it. They don't have any access to bank accounts. They don't have access to ATMs. They don't have access to any credit cards. They only have access to whatever amount of money the abuser chooses to give the victim. It could be something really small, just enough for groceries. He may be the one to pay all the bills, so you don't get to see any more of that. It all depends. But you will not have access to it. For many women, it could be, wow, he's taking care of everything. He's taking care of me. He's taking care of the bills. And at first it might seem like, wow, he's so wonderful. But eventually within time, you're going to start feeling how he is restricting access to your finances. So that would be another red flag. Controlling your resources. It will make you feel as if leaving is impossible because you don't have any money. You don't have any finances to rely on, even if you are working. The next one is social intimidation. This is about isolation and reputation. Threatening to expose your private information, cutting you off from friends and family because you don't need them. Friends and family are only trying to get in the middle of your relationship. They envy what you and your abuser have. Don't listen to them. It's just me and you against the world. There is nobody else. I'm the one that has your best interest. Now remember how we've already started to break down our self-confidence, our self-worth. So when you get to the social intimidation, we're going to start believing this. We're going to really, our reality is no longer our reality. We have become controlled. We no longer have our own power. He can also start humiliating you in public, in front of your friends or in front of his friends, in front of his family, wherever it is. Oh, you're crazy. You're so stupid. Shut up. This is another way where the abuser will start isolating their victims, and it will make it just that much harder for the victim to seek help, because now the victim has become dependent on her abuser. Now we have the digital and technology intimidation. Technology can be a tool for control. There is GPS tracking. There are ways to send threatening messages, or the abuser can also post harmful social media posts about you. He can monitor your phone. He will demand that you give him all your social media passwords. Or even more than that, you may not be able to have a phone, or you may not be able to have your own social media account. That's intimidation. So, intimidation is a multi-layered and often invisible. It has so many different layers to it that oftentimes we don't recognize them. We don't see them for what they are. And again, I think I've said this before. If we are raised in a household where we have seen all these different types of intimidations, we come to normalize them. Us, it does not seem as if we've seen our parents go through it, we've seen our aunties go through it, we've seen our sisters go through it. Everybody's still married, everybody's still there. Nobody has gotten a divorce, nobody has left. It's not allowed, right? So we see this and we start believing that this is normal and this is the way that relationships work. But is it really? Is it a healthy relationship? It's a relationship, but it's an unhealthy relationship. There is nothing healthy about being in a relationship where you are being intimidated to cause you fear, to keep you from leaving, to keep you from having your own power and your own control over you and what your decisions, your choices are. So this is one of the forms of red flags to look for. There is help out there if you would like to leave, if you would like to talk to somebody about it. There is the National Domestic Violence Hotline. I will leave it in the comments section. I will make sure and I leave that there for you so you can have it. I will see you in the next episode. Thank you for listening to our second episode, and stay safe, stay informed, and join us next time as we continue to explore the next topic. Thank you.